165,000. That is the number at the heart of Australia's migration plan for 2025 to 26. This figure is not just a statistic. It represents 165,000 people who will be granted visas to make Australia their new home. Each place is a story. It could be a nurse coming to work in a regional hospital. It could be a parent joining their child after years apart. This single number sets the direction for the country's growth, its workforce, the future of its communities. It is the starting point for a complex national conversation about who we are and who we want to be. The total cap of 165,000 permanent migration places is a deliberate choice. The government uses this number to manage the flow of new arrivals. It is a tool for economic planning. By setting a limit, the government aims to balance the needs of the economy with the capacity of our cities and towns. The 2025 to 26 migration program is not a single pathway. It is a structured plan with several distinct parts, known as streams. Each stream has its own purpose and its own allocation of places. The total of 165,000 spots is carefully divided among these streams. The two largest streams are the skilled stream, the family stream. A smaller but very important part of the program is the humanitarian stream. The government also makes special provisions for people who may arrive on other visas, like students who can later transition to permanent residency. The skilled stream receives the largest share of the places. This is a clear signal of the program's main objective. The government wants to bring in people with specific skills that are in short supply in Australia. The program is designed to be a flexible tool. It can be adjusted to meet the changing needs of the nation. The skilled migration stream is the engine room of the 2025 to 26 program. It has been allocated 115,500 places. This represents a full 70% of the total migration intake. This high proportion is not an accident. It is a strategic decision to use migration as a primary tool for economic growth. The goal is to target workers who can step directly into jobs where Australian businesses are struggling to find local talent. These skills gaps can hold back the economy. They can delay important projects and reduce the quality of essential services for everyone. These 115,500 places are not all the same. They are broken down into several different visa categories. The largest category is for employer-sponsored visas. This is where an Australian business identifies a specific person overseas to fill a vacant job. Other categories include skilled independent visas, for highly skilled individuals who do not have a sponsor, but whose occupations are in high demand. There are also state-nominated visas, where state and territory governments can select migrants who have the skills needed in their specific region. This structure gives employers and governments direct input into who comes to Australia. The selection of priority jobs is based on evidence. The government maintains a list of occupations that are officially in shortage, updated regularly. The migration program does not just target skills in general. It zooms in on specific industries that are critical for Australia's future. For 2025 to 26, 3 areas stand out above all others. Healthcare, construction, technology. These sectors have been identified as having severe and persistent labour shortages. Without an injection of skilled workers from overseas, these shortages could slow down economic progress and affect the quality of life for all Australians. Healthcare is the top priority. Australia has an ageing population and a growing demand for health services. This has created a huge need for registered nurses, general practitioners, aged care workers, allied health professionals. The program makes it easier for these workers to get a visa. For example, a nurse with qualifications and experience from the United Kingdom might be fast-tracked to work in a regional hospital in Queensland. This helps to keep hospital wards open and ensures that elderly Australians receive the care they need, addressing a critical social and economic challenge. Construction and trades are another major focus. The country is in the middle of a housing crisis. Section 5. The family stream. Keeping people together. While the economy is a major focus, the migration program also has a human side. The family stream is a vital part of the plan, designed to reunite Australian citizens, permanent residents with their close family members from overseas. For the 2025 to 2026 program, 49,500 places have been allocated to this stream. This makes up 30% of the total intake. This stream is not about skills or economic contribution. It is about social cohesion and the fundamental importance of family. It recognizes that people settle better and contribute more to society when they have their loved ones with them. The vast majority of places within the family stream are for partners. Beyond the planned migration program for skilled and family members, Australia also runs a separate humanitarian program. This program is for refugees and others who are facing persecution or substantial discrimination in their home country. For 2025 to 2026, the government has set the intake for this program at 20,000 places. While this number is separate from the 165,000 places in the main migration program, it is an essential part of Australia's overall approach to migration. It reflects the country's long-standing role as a signatory to the Refugee Convention and its tradition of offering safe haven to those in need. The humanitarian program is divided into two main parts. The first part is for refugees who are identified overseas, often in partnership with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. These are people who have been forced to flee their homes and are living in refugee camps or other precarious situations. Australian officials assess their cases, and if they are accepted, they are brought to Australia to resettle. The second part of the program is the onshore component. This is for people who arrive in Australia, usually on a valid visa, and then apply for protection. Their claims are assessed through a legal process. If valid, they are granted a protection visa and can remain in Australia permanently. The discussion of migration is not complete without looking at temporary residence. International students are a huge part of the migration picture. Temporary skilled workers are a huge part too, even though they are not included in the 165,000 permanent places. The rules governing these groups have a major impact on the Australian economy and communities. The 2025-26 plan includes several adjustments to manage temporary residents and align them with national needs. These changes affect universities. These changes affect businesses. These changes affect the rental market. For international students, the government is tightening the rules. Students bring significant revenue to universities. Students also work in key sectors like hospitality. There are concerns about system integrity and pressure on housing. The government has introduced stricter English language requirements. Applications are being scrutinized more closely to ensure students are genuinely coming to study. A key feature of the 2025 to 2026 migration program is its strong emphasis on regional Australia. The government is actively trying to encourage new migrants to settle outside the major cities of Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. This is not just a suggestion, it is built into the visa system. Many places in the skilled stream are reserved for people willing to live and work in regional areas. The policy has two main goals: to relieve population pressure on big cities and to boost regional economies. The program uses incentives to achieve this. There are specific regional visas that require migrants to live and work in a designated regional area for several years before they can apply for permanent residency. State and territory governments also play a big role. They can nominate migrants when skills match local industry needs. A doctor who agrees to work in a small South Australian town, or an engineer who takes a job at a mine in Western Australia, would find it much easier to get a visa than if they stayed in a capital city. This regional focus can be a lifeline for many towns. Their children might keep the local school viable. Their spending supports local businesses. Skilled migrants, a mechanic, a healthcare professional, fill vital service gaps for the whole community. That helps keep towns vibrant and sustainable. So, what is the one clear message from Australia's 2025-26 migration program? The numbers and the rules all point to a single idea. Australia is using migration as a targeted tool to fix specific economic problems. The plan is not about opening doors to everyone. It is a calculated strategy to recruit skilled workers for industries in crisis, and to encourage them to settle in regions that need a boost. There's a strong focus on 115,500 skilled migrants. Health, construction, tech. That shows the government is responding to business and industry. The aim is to fill job gaps quickly, keep the economy moving, build more homes, and ensure essential services don't falter. Regional visas answer urban congestion and regional decline. But it also recognizes a country is more than an economy. 49,500 places for family members, 20,000 places for humanitarian entrance. The government's challenge is to maintain balance. Success won't be judged by numbers alone. It will be judged by real-world impact. The numbers set the path. The journey will shape Australia's economy and communities for years to come. Enjoyed this? Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Tap the bell for new videos.